This is the man that's been identified by Somali community members as the person who stabbed 9 people at a St. Cloud, Minnesota shopping center before he was shot. Good evening and thanks for watching. Valley News Live has independently confirmed Dahir Aden, originally from Somalia, came to the United States and spent some time in Fargo before moving to St. Cloud. Documents obtained by VNL show Aden's family lived in as many as 3 different addresses around Fargo before moving to Minnesota. Again, the Somali community has confirmed Aden was the stabber, but police have not released that information. Reporter Gotti Schwartz has the latest details on this story.
Families with small children escorted out of a Minnesota mall after a man with a knife disguised as a security guard went on a violent rampage.
The stabber ran by. Somebody was stabbed right outside the store.
Witnesses say the man with the knife was yelling about Allah and asking people about Islam.
He just charged me with the knife and he said, "Are you a Muslim? Are you a Muslim?" But how do you even respond to that, like when somebody has a knife like a foot from your face?
When it was over, 9 people hurt, ranging from 15 to 53 years old. And the man with the knife shot and killed by an off-duty cop, now being hailed a hero. The mayor describes watching surveillance video of the suspect try to attack the officer.
As the suspect was lunging at him with the knife, not only did he fire, the suspect went down, he came back up on 3 different occasions.
ISIS released a statement claiming the attacker was a so-called soldier of ISIS, but there is no evidence at this point to verify that claim. The FBI carrying out searches of the attacker's apartment and investigating the case as a potential act of terror. But both the police and the Islamic community of St. Cloud, Minnesota say it is still too soon to know the motives. Minnesota is home to a large population of Somali refugees, predominantly Muslim. Today, community leaders say they're devastated by the violence of one man and have been working with authorities for years to fight against Islamic radicals who have tried to recruit their young men.
ISIS does not represent us. It does not represent Islam. It does not represent the Somalis.
Now, the refugee community in St. Cloud fears they will become targets of backlash against Muslims in the United States.
2 Moorhead teens were at the mall when the stabbings happened, and they say they're lucky they weren't hurt.
One of the people who was stabbed was actually stabbed like 50 feet away from the store that me and Tabitha, my friend, were in. And we were in that hallway like 3 minutes before the guy got stabbed. Honestly, that was a lot to take in, and I don't think it's fully like set in. But I'm good. It's just like I saw a guy laying in the hallway who had gotten stabbed, and I was never expecting to ever see that in my life.
Law enforcement agents investigating the string of stabbings is praising this man. Officer Jason Faulkner is being called a hero after shooting and killing the stabber Saturday night before he could attack anyone else. Faulkner was off duty at the time of the attack and acted quickly to stop the suspect. St. Cloud police say if it wasn't for Faulkner, there could have been more injuries. And members of the Muslim community gave condolences to the stabbing victims and their families and called the attack a tragedy.
Today, we join our fellow Minnesotans, members of this community, to send our heartfelt condolences to the families and the victims of this tragedy. We are all shocked, just like you, and we are all grieving, just like you. This is an act of an individual, and we want our community to realize this fact.
We don't believe in violence, solving problems in violence, and we don't agree anyone who takes a matter to his hands and hurt other people. We don't agree with that, and we strongly condemn that.
Investigators say more information will be released over the next several days. During all the madness and chaos happening in New York last night, one Fargo woman was there on vacation. She spoke with Valley News Team's Giovanna Simic and said the scene that night was one she will never forget.
Many New Yorkers can tell you where they were when Chelsea was rocked by an explosion.
I was actually driving down 7th Avenue when the explosion went off.
So can one Fargo woman.
We suddenly saw, among all the traffic, police vehicles, fire department vehicles, and ambulances coming down the street that we were walking on.
Luann White was heading to dinner with her daughter and son-in-law when chaos hit the streets. Little did they know, the explosions were closer than they thought.
It was very frightening. We were sitting and dining, and all of a sudden on one of the TVs had the news on the TV that and it gave the address, and we all looked at each other and said, oh my gosh, that is only about 5 blocks from us.
Looking back on what happened, White says the situation could have been a lot worse for her and her family.
Had been, just deciding to take a stroll before we went to eat. We easily could have been down there. As a matter of fact, we had been down that street several times during our stay here.
She says she's thankful for everyone who checked up on her.
Everyone via Facebook knew we were here, so they were immediately sending us, are you okay? Is everything all right? Tell us you're okay.
As well as police and firefighters for doing a great job. In Fargo, Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
Investigators are still trying to figure out if the blast is connected to another possible explosive device found a few blocks away and a pipe bomb explosion along the New Jersey shore. NBC's Dan Shinneman has the latest details.
It was about 8:30 on a busy Saturday night when the blast rocked New York's Chelsea neighborhood.
It's scary, it's unsettling, it's shocking that it happened so close to me.
29 people were hurt. All have been released from the hospital. While authorities do not believe ISIS is responsible, they still want to know who planted the bomb and why.
A bomb going off is generically a terrorist activity. That's how we're going to consider it, and that's how we will prosecute it also.
Less than 3 hours after the explosion in Chelsea, another object described as a possible secondary device was found a few blocks away by officers who were combing the area. That device has been removed, and authorities are now searching for a possible connection.
We have 2 separate crime scenes. And keep in mind, we're in the middle of a very complex post-blast investigation.
Hours before the blast in New York, a pipe bomb exploded before a charity run in Seaside Park, New Jersey. No one was hurt, and the run was canceled. It's not yet clear if that blast is connected to either of the devices in New York City. This is a busy time for the New York area. World leaders are arriving for the United Nations General Assembly. New York's mayor is asking New Yorkers to be on the lookout.
For all New Yorkers, a central message we want to give today is be vigilant. Be vigilant at this point in time.
New York's governor said an additional 1,000 state troopers and members of the National Guard will be deployed throughout New York City.
Donald Trump was quick to react to last night's explosion in New York City. He started off a rally on Saturday in Colorado, bringing up the explosion. Trump began his remarks by telling supporters that a bomb went off in New York City, which wasn't confirmed when he said it.
I must tell you that just before I got off the plane, a bomb went off in New York, and nobody knows exactly what's going on. But boy, we are living in a time. We better get very tough, folks. We better get very, very tough.
Hillary Clinton reacted to last night's explosion as well. Speaking to reporters on her plane, Mrs. Clinton said she's praying for the 29 victims and that an investigation into the incident needs to unfold.
We've been in touch with various officials, including the mayor's office in New York, to learn what they are discovering as they conduct this investigation. And I'll have more to say about it when we actually know some facts.
And now we're going to go to weather.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
So Justin, a warm up at the beginning of this week?
Yeah, it's warm right now. Temperatures topping off in the mid-70s, and we will stay warm and mainly dry to start next week. There's a big change by the end of the week. Let's take a look at that tower cam time lapse for today, and we are seeing, well, we saw a mix of some sun and clouds as we went through the early morning hours. A few more clouds into early afternoon. Maybe a few spots getting some drizzle out there, but most of the moisture did not hit the ground when it came through. And we had that southerly wind along with that sunshine, and temperatures did get up there. We were a little higher than normal. Our normal high this time of year around 70. We're at 76 year high today in Fargo, 78 at Grand Forks, into the upper 70s at Jamestown and Valley City, and making our way into Minnesota, most areas into the lower 70s. You make your way out to Detroit Lakes and Park Rapids. Current temperatures look like this. We are at 64 degrees right now at Fargo and 63 at Grand Forks. Crookston at 61. And as you make your way out toward the Roseau area, it's 64 and 57 right now out toward Wadena. Now, the satellite loop over the last hour or so shows that most of the forecast area now is dry. We had some thunderstorms move through over the last 5 hours from the Devil's Lake area through Lake of the Woods County. But most of that activity is now well off to our east, and even further off to our east, some heavier thunderstorms. We should just have a nice calm night with just a few passing clouds out there. Here's that cold front that made its way through that gave some areas the thunderstorms, and high pressure is working its way, and that is going to be the story as we go through the overnight and start off next week. So let's take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast. We will see an increase in the clouds for your Monday morning. Most of us are staying dry, and then mainly sunny skies by Monday afternoon, with temperatures still warm into the mid-70s in most areas. Let's time everything out for you in the Fargo area planner, starting off in the mid-50s, partly cloudy skies. It will be slightly cool. Now, as we go through the afternoon, partly cloudy skies, 67 degrees, and we should top off into the mid-70s. We're going to see mostly sunny skies to round out the day. Still slightly warm for this time of year. Elsewhere across the Southern Valley, partly cloudy skies, still slightly warm into the lower to mid-70s. Into Lakes Country, we'll see partly cloudy skies, and it's still slightly warm. That wind west, and it could be a little breezy out there, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Lower to mid-70s in Lakes Country. We'll see temperatures into the lower to mid-60s as you make your way across the northern valley and into portions of North Dakota. We're going to keep partly cloudy skies, still slightly warm, temperatures ranging from the mid-60s to lower 70s out there. Now, the hour-by-hour forecast as we go through the day on Tuesday. Most areas should stay dry during the day, just an increase in the clouds, and temperatures again topping off into the lower 70s, which is just a little above normal for this time of year. Here's the photo of the day. It's called Sunset at Jamestown Reservoir. Thank you, Linda Brown, for this one, and we'll use it in the background of the 7-day forecast. Now, recapping the next couple of days, breezy, partly cloudy skies turn mostly sunny on Monday, 75 your high, then 73 on Tuesday with mostly cloudy skies. The rain will wait until Wednesday. We do have that chance of some showers and thunderstorms, a high of 67, then near 70 on Thursday with partly cloudy skies. And Friday, we're up to 63 degrees, breezy, but a chance of some showers. We're going to keep that wind Saturday and Sunday as temperatures fall back from the mid-60s to lower 60s, and also we keep a chance of rain as we go through next weekend.
So get out those umbrellas.
Yep, the umbrellas for next weekend, but enjoy Monday and Tuesday. It'll stay dry.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Justin. Later on Valley News Live at 10, a woman says someone is shooting dogs in her community. Hear from that owner next.